lo and behold, one huge smoking gun. Well, I thought about it, and I thought about it. Exhaust gaskets. Let's go. Hello, and thank you for watching. This is Everyday Trey, where right now I am trying to fix my car, and it has a P2A00 code that has come back and is haunting me. If you watch the other episodes, then you'll know that I've gone through quite a few little different things that, is simple to address and check up on that may affect the actual problem of the vehicle. But right now, after thinking about everything that I needed to do to see where this leak is at, and then thinking about the history of the vehicle, I'm at a point now where I don't want to do it, but I think this is what the problem is. So these were at AutoZone, I think it was. They're not the multi-layer steel ones that I wanted, because I think those would last longer and you can actually reuse those technically once. But regardless, these are kind of like, if you can see that it's got like it's almost like cardboard, but really high temp cardboard, so it can handle the heat. This is the one MS191459 for the Nissan 4.0, 3.7, 3.5, 3 liter, and 2.5. I don't know how I feel about that, but this should hopefully get me where I need to be, where I can start hitting higher RPMs and not dumping so much fuel into my gas, because my gas mileages went really down. Not tremendously, but I was averaging around here somewhere about 22, I think. But right now it's down to about 17. Looking at how everything looked at, it's pretty much what, it is going to be, that or the fuel dampener, which I don't have an extra one, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be a pricey unit. I haven't really looked into that, but if this code is correct, which it should be technically, even though it's indirect, I'm thinking it's going to be that exhaust manifold gasket. I don't have the code coming back anymore on the driver's side or bank 2. It's now just on the this side, the scrub side, the passenger side of the vehicle. So here we go. I don't know how much I can actually show you for taking apart the motor, the exhaust and everything down below. But there's a lot of bolts, not too many, but it's just an up and down kind of thing. So I'll show you as much as I can, but I'm gonna try and get that gasket on there to see where it's gonna be at, and if I can actually get that to fix it, because I may have reused that gasket when I had the other header on there, and the header did not end up working. So I think I reused that gasket, and that being high temp like it was and loose like it was, even just the littlest bit can blow a hole enough in it, where I retightened it with the original OEM header, and now it works for a little while, I think. But now it's setting that code off, and with everything that I've done to the vehicle recently, with the maintenance and everything that you guys have seen, that code is coming back now, like really quickly, 10-15 minutes of driving. So I'm glad it's not an hour and a half of driving, and then it figures it out. This is the passenger side test pipe. There's no cat in there, but what I'm looking at is that in today's society using gasoline, we leave a carbon footprint, and on the inside of this, this tip of my finger, not a lot there, but it does come out there. Okay, out there it is. Okay, it's usually a lot more than that, but around this surface here, there's nothing that says that it was directly leaking. Okay, you can even see a little bit from before that gasket may have been, just because down here it may have been blowing out just a little bit. I really need to get that out of there. That is causing a rattle. I tried to fix it before, but the head of the welder did not want to get in there. So yeah, I tried peeling it out, and no. So I gotta go back again and try and peel that whole section out, because pretty sure, well, somehow it's rattling. I was messing with it, taking it off, and I could actually hear it as I was hitting it with the Impact M12 Milwaukee. So this is all welded. I've looked at this several times over, that weld, and there's nothing leaking from this section anymore. It shouldn't be this, and what I'm looking for is upstream more. So let me show you something else. This is the gasket that came, I believe this is the exhaust manifold gasket to the test pipe. This is used a couple times now, and what starts to happen is this separates and then creates that leak in between there as it burns. On the inside of this lip here, you can see a lot of carbon there, and then there's a small split there. But on the outside of it, even if you keep it kind of in there, okay, on the outside of it, in between here, in between my fingers, there's no carbon that is showing up that is letting me know that this is a leak. There's no carbon on the face of it. It is beat up and it is used, and it's probably at its life limit here, don't get me wrong, but this is what happens, and this is what's on the inside, if you can see that or not, but it's almost soft at this point. You can see my fingers are touching it, and it's just kind of deteriorating. So this is on its last leg. So let me see if I have another one, but yeah, there was no carbon through here, so I am not thinking that this is the leak I'm looking for, and I'm still probably gonna have to go put those gaskets that are just waiting for me to open up there. They're just waiting for me to open them. I know it. But let me show you something else. Get up under here. Oh, all right. Those underglow lights really do help, and that does look lovely. I'm not gonna lie, like that. That looks good. Nice piece to have added on. Okay, what I wanted to show you was that up there. All right, that is the exhaust manifold, and that black sooty is where I'm talking about we leave our carbon footprint everywhere. So that is what's coming from the exhaust manifold, and that's what I'm looking for in between those gaskets and anywhere else, to see if I can find a crack or a leak of any sort. That is a really good indicator. Really. That's a leak right there. It doesn't always happen, but it does happen like 95, let's just say, percent of the time. So that's where I have it disconnected right now, and I'm going to continue trying to actually get to the hard part, which is getting the manifold off. Hopefully I can see some kind of a leak in between there, but regardless, I'm this far, I'm going at it, so here we go. Well, I finally got the header off, and lo and behold, one huge smoking gun. Earlier I was looking for carbon leaks from, you know, the exhaust right there, and of course it's leaking to the outside right there. This is also leaking out that way. This is also got some carbon right in this corner too. So I could put my my dollar bet here, because I never bet more than $1, but I can put my dollar bet that that is my P2A00 code. It was an exhaust leak. Keep in mind, some exhaust leaks can suck in rather than blow out, but that was the issue. That I can definitely say, no, oh, this is the gasket in the same way, and you can see how this was literally, like, that one was okay, sealed all the way around, but as soon as you go right there, it's leaking out. And then same thing for this one right here. Again, it's just leaking out and flipping it on the backside here. You can kind of see how what I was talking about earlier is it'll thin out and then it'll start to flap and burn both sides there, and you start to get damage, as you can kind of see there. So there's that one, and then we have these two right here flipping it, and nothing there yet, but it was enough for the one side to definitely be blowing out. So yeah, I'm gonna say that that was that's gonna be my issue right there. I might have to do one more mass airflow sensor relearn to get the you know, values to relearn correctly. But I'm gonna try and get this back together and go for a ride, because I'm almost certain that this is it, and I am so happy that I didn't want to go down the route of replacing fuel injectors or something like that, just because, you know, a small inkling. But yeah, P2A00 can refer to a, you know, O2 sensor that may be going bad, but it can also be an exhaust leak. And seeing how both upstream and downstream on my bank 1 was a little off, but bank 2 was doing fine, and then knowing the history of the vehicle, which I'm telling you, that really helps, you know, just dropping a thought in your head. But doing that really helps out, because me thinking back, I actually remember replacing it because I wanted to put that one on. And now that that one didn't fit, this one fit. The other side was the issue, because it wasn't manufactured to go around the actual steering column, I believe it is. There's that piece there, and so I couldn't use the other one so I ended up going back, blah 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 blah. This is where I'm at. I've got that's worn out, and I think I used it twice, and those temperatures are somewhere around 1800 degrees, 2000 degrees, maybe a little bit more. So yeah, if it's it's not fire retardant, so especially when it's just open air. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up, clean the block up, and see if I can get this all wrapped up